My best friend stabbed her dad. Let's name this girl Samantha. So Samantha and I met in high school freshman year. We grew close as we're both borderline misfits. She more than I. She was a very sweet girl, very shy, and you could tell she was looking to break free of the religious background she came from. I, on the other hand, was emo. I was everything she wanted to be, her words. So we began a friendship and she learned a lot from me. She started to change. She would tell me her parents were getting upset that she was straying from her religion and beliefs. She didn't care. She admired me. She looked up to me. I didn't let that be a thing, though. I saw her as a friend. I didn't look down at her. I didn't take advantage of her admiration. We were friends. So after a while, we became best friends. I was always at her house, or she was always at mine. She mentioned a boy, let's call him Jake, to me. She said she's been hanging out with him and thinks she likes him. This is where things started getting a little weird. She told me that they were ninjas, and they were going to start a group of ninjas. She would draw ninjas all over her schoolwork. She became a tad obsessed with ninjas and Jake. It worried me a little bit. Anyway, so one day we're sitting in class, and we're on this kind of free time. She turns to me and starts talking about us being sisters and how she wishes she could live with me and us be actual sisters. I tell her I love that, and I'm sure my mom would be okay with that if she ever lost her parents or whatever the case. This was not in a serious tone. I didn't wink at her. I didn't insinuate anything at all. But the next day she drew up her ninjas attacking people. I saw it and didn't say anything about it. She asked me one time, so if my parents died, would you adopt me? I thought, what a weird question, but said yeah, and laughed afterwards. The next morning, everyone is talking about Samantha. She's nowhere to be seen. The rumors spread like wildfire. Samantha stabbed her dad. I was in shock. I was in total disbelief. This wasn't real, and she is no way capable of doing that. Or was she? The days go on, and I get called into the counselor's office where a detective starts asking me what I know. I tell her everything as I do not want to be involved or blamed for any of this. They let me go back to class, and I'm sobbing. This girl who I became best friends with really tried to take out her parents just so I could adopt her. It wasn't real. I blame myself. I couldn't sleep or eat. I felt like my words pushed her to do it. To this day, almost 10 years later, I still feel a small amount of guilt. I've talked to her since then. She says a part of it was Jake's fault, and says not to feel any guilt as she did everything on her own. She told me what happened that night. She said she dressed in all black, grabbed a kitchen knife, and went into her parents' room. She said she couldn't see too much, but heard her dad move and ask what was going on before she started stabbing his face and hands, which were shielding his face. He survived. She said it felt like stabbing a watermelon. Now, every time I see a watermelon, that's all I think about. She was admitted to a psychiatric facility after the ninjas drawings were found, among other things. After that, they sent her to a juvenile detention center. So much has changed since then. She's married now with 2 little boys and very happy with her life. But I know this will always be with her.